Hello, and welcome to another opinionated video by the guy who loves to ramble and complain and critique the things he actually enjoys. So, today, I wanted to talk about these two mini events that WuWa has put out. The Court Cleansing one, which gives you a free double drop Echo Tested Field loot per day. And the second one, which is the Wuthering Exploration, which you basically just do basic stuff like use your wave plates, absorb one echo, defeat one overworld boss, and you again get more echo XP and tuners. So, there are two ways to look at this. The first one is hopeful or positive, which would be basically Kuro Games is kind of hinting at we know that there is a resource problem for not for players that have been playing since day one, but I think even they are struggling with leveling echo sets. But we know there's a resource problem. We are working on it. In the meantime, here are these like mini events where you just get more resources, which would bode well because players that are playing right now, they get some more loot, which is fine, but it doesn't fix the problem. It's like a band-aid fix. But it would be good for the future, for newer players, and players that play kind of on and off or that are returning. Because that would mean they are actually working on it and they are trying to fix it, but it takes time, right? And from the track record, that could be what they're doing, but we don't know, or I don't know. The other way to look at this, the negative way or the fearful way, is that this is basically them saying, look, here's more drops. Here's double the drop 3 times a day, which is basically you use all your stamina to farm Echo XP. And then you have this as a little bonus, and shut the fuck up. I'm not saying that this is what they're doing. What I'm saying is, if this is what they will keep on doing, like once a month, they just give you the double loot 3 times a day and for like a week or 2 days, and it's a week, right? Yeah, it's a week. And then you have this. I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I'm saying if this is how they want to do it, it's just a band-aid fix. Doesn't really help, especially not newer players or future players and all of that. If this is them saying, have this in the meantime, that would be great. But as it stands, this is just a band-aid fix. Now, why do I complain about stamina systems and time gating progression and all of that stuff, right? I explained it in the other videos. But basically, it's called like, I learned that this is an actual thing. I always explained this, but I didn't know this was an actual thing. It's called the odd is fallacy. I can explain it better in German, but in English, basically, if we stick to Wuthering Waves, a lot of games that use gacha on the weapon banner, you have like a 50-50, right? You can lose the weapon pool. That's how it is. And then people would argue that's how it has to be. So because all of these games are doing this, it has to be this way. But if we look at Wuthering Wave, every time a 5-star weapon is obtained, it is guaranteed to be the featured 5-star weapon of this event banner. Not all gacha games do this. Wuthering Waves does this. So it doesn't have to be a 50-50. The developers can just code it in. They can just say, look, if you pull on the weapon banner, it is the 5-star weapon, right? I'm not gonna get into the whole psychology thing of like gacha and all of that. My point is just, when we go back to stamina systems, because in my opinion, it should be a reward, not a punishment, right? So if you logged in, you use your stamina, thank you for like the engagement or all of that, right? You're playing every day, you logged in, you use your stamina, here's a lot of reward. someone like me who wants to keep playing, I don't have any stamina left. I can still play, I still get rewards, but little, right? I don't mind. I don't mind. But the person that just wants to, he can only play a little bit, reward him for logging in, okay? But you can watch the other videos for like a more deep dive. The argument that people make is because other games that don't have a stamina system give you like a daily limit or make it super grindy. If they remove the stamina or they turn it into a reward instead of a punishment, it's gonna be like that. No, just because that's how that is doesn't mean it has to be this way. It's a video game. It's just coding. They can literally write in the code, if stamina is used to claim reward, multiply by 5 as an example. If reward is claimed without using stamina, give 1 reward, right? Or like the actual numbers don't matter. The actual numbers don't matter. And I'm pretty sure, I think it's Ryuku Sensei. He did like the actual numbers of. I mentioned it in my video, but I didn't do the math. I was like, if you do 1 run of Echo XP, or you get like 2 tubes, like 2 gold tubes and 4 purple tubes, and you need way more just to level 1 piece, and each character needs 5 pieces for 1 set, right? You might want to use a Lingering Tune set and what's the buffing one? Moonlit Clouds, right? It gets crazy. So I'm not gonna. This video, I want this video to be short, so I'm not gonna fully harp on the stamina systems, but just because it is that way in other games, it doesn't have to be this way here. Just look at Path of Exile. You can farm maps all day long if you want. And also, you already have the RNG on the echoes, right? But you also have weekly limits. And you also have a resource, which is the stamina wave plates, locked behind real life time. Usually, what games do is they pick one. If you have RNG, it's infinitely farmable. Path of Exile, your gear is RNG based. Even the crafting, it's not deterministic. But you can play as much as you want, right? And by the way, you don't have to do that. It's just the way they want to keep you engaged, like keep coming back, right? There's multiple ways to do this, but anyways. But for some reason, people excuse this in like games that use gacha, where they have the weekly limit. You can only do it 3 times a week. They have a resource which is locked behind real world time, which is the stamina, and you need to use this for every single thing you want to do. So even this, where it has a weekly limit, it's not free. You still have to use stamina. Then you have the stamina itself, which regenerates over real world time. I'm playing a video game, man. Why am I sitting here waiting for the train to arrive? Come on, man. Come on. Then you have RNG, which is your echoes. So you have to wait real world time for your stamina to refresh. You have to do the runs to get the echo XP. You have to farm the echoes, which the 3 pieces are also time gated. They reset on server reset. And then you still need to get the proper RNG rolls. So, look. Kuro Games has been listening to feedback. I'm not saying they have to do this my way. Or the highway, you know. But I want to get my opinion out. I want to get my thoughts out. You disagree? That's fine. You can make your own video. You can. I don't want to say the fucking YouTuber shit with like comment. No, don't boost my shit. Just you can disagree. You can make your own video. You can say this is fine, but please don't argue with fallacies. Don't say if they remove stamina or turn it into a reward instead of a punishment, they are automatically going to do this thing which is way worse. No, they don't have to. Like, anyways, I like Wuthering Waves, but it could be even better. It doesn't have to be bogged down by like the gacha industry standard. It can be way better. That's it. I'm gonna bounce. Yeah, thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.